I love it, man. Yo, what's up? Welcome to another edition of King's Court, brought to you by Healing House. Oh man, it's so wicked to be here. I am one of your co-hosts, Trev J, and joining me are my two co-hosts. Boys, introduce yourselves. Let the people know who they're dealing with today.
Roscoe Treasy, no long talking. What y'all doing, man? That's all I got, Drew.
Drew B.
I was like, do I send him a message? No, I'm kidding, man. So it's our second episode with King Drew on the panel, man. Welcome everybody. And I'm gonna have a hard time talking tonight. I have had the most surreal week of my life. And I mean, I won't get into tons of details just yet because we're getting in the beginning, but I did my first stand-up show last Saturday. I met Ludacris and Infamous and Cardi and Carl Wolf and Maximilian. I met all these wicked cool people on Sunday. And then today I just spent the entire day in the recording studio with Chaclair, Maximilian, and Sierra. So it was a hell of a day for me. But yeah. What's been going on, Kings? How you guys doing? How's your week treated you so far, man?
Oh shit! I was gonna say, go ahead, Drew. Let him have it. I'm always going, so I was gonna let Drew, but Drew's got a bomb. This week's been good. This week's been spectacular, man. Got a single dropping in about 3 hours. I know, so go look up that for all platforms. But also to we gotta really give what today is. Again, we celebrated a serious day, and big salute to my indigenous and big, I want to give a big shout out to everyone who stepped up. We were in Alderville today. They were shut down. We had orange all over the place. I saw my people down in Southwest Ontario. They had a march together for it. So it was lovely to see the holiday, so to speak, quote unquote, celebrated in some forms. But that's all been going on this whole week, man. It's just been long talking and working hard. That's it. What about you, Drew? What's going on with you, boy?
You know what? I don't usually sit back and actually look at what I do because it just kind of goes, right? Just kind of do what you need to do when you need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of sitting back today. I was looking at it all. Holy shit. I got some tourism pieces that I've written. So they're out in Bay Quinte Discovery Guide and Indigenous Tourism Ontario. So there's stuff like the Tour of Wampum, stuff on the clan system. Just like the Mohawks and the Confederacy and stuff like that. And then there's the Indigenous Cannabis Tourism one. I'm actually launching that in January. Amazing. So my sponsors that I have right now, Legacy 420 and Tribe, they're both up on there. And I just recently now got Cultured and Higher Quality, so they're going to be going up on there too. But yeah, we were at Legacy. We did some live stuff last weekend. Yeah, they're gonna be. We gave some of that out actually. We gave some of them out last weekend. We were out doing some live stuff. We were out on the mountain. Yeah. So we caught some people there. Actually, it's gonna be up on the Chronic Critic tomorrow. So it'll be in the show, all the shit that we did. So yeah, we were chilling there. Best fucking coffee. Shout out to Megan the Coffee Man. Oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, so we're gonna be going live again on the long weekend in whatever the long fucking weekend is. We're going to be going live then. I'm going to be meeting up with one of the survivors at the Mohawk Institute. And we're going to be talking to him while we're in Six Nations and stuff like that. So that's going to be intense. So I was thinking about that today. So I was just kind of sitting back and thinking about that and just trimming weed indigenously. So
yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow's pretty cool though. We're going to be talking to Adrian Ho. He's been down at the Fairy Creek Blockade and stuff like that. He's been on different stuff like Riverdale and Once Upon a Time. He was actually a voice on Assassin's Creed, the one I actually used in the high school. It's got like a Mohawk guy in it and everything like that. So it's pretty dope. I actually used it in high school. So, but also the University of Manitoba gave us permission to use the National Center for Truth and Reconciliation logo. In our push to get call to action number 47 put through. So we got permission from the university and we're going to push through for that fight. But speaking of fight, on October 16th, I'm gonna be down on the mountain. They're gonna be scaring the shit out of some people. So shop press are having a little bit of a fright night. Yeah, so I'm gonna go scare the shit out of some people. So if you're not too chicken, you know what I mean?
Yo,
so if you're not too scared, you're gonna be
just
down
let
there.
everybody
But,
know,
yeah.
King Drew has been waiting on this. He is a big Halloween fan. He's been waiting on this for months.
It's weird too because
don't know.
You
don't know.
I didn't know what you meant when you said October 16th. You're gonna scare the shit out of some people because October 16th. Actually, there's a lot going on across the country. There's such a squabble in the underworld under not on mainstream that apparently there's going to be some kind of movement starts on October 16th. So I'm not really sure exactly what that's going to entail, but I'm curious. And then when you said you're going to fucking scare the shit out of people, I was like, oh, Andrew's shutting the tracks down again. Here we go.
Fuck.
Is that Day of Rage thing?
Yeah. It's something like that. Day of Rage or some shit.
Yeah, it was a Day of Rage where they basically it's called a solidarity to basically make a reaction. So I mean, you know, who knows what could happen.
So is that when everybody gets angry? Because we're just always
so everybody gets.
I guess right now I get angry on Monday. Teresa gets angry on Tuesdays. And
I'm angry every day. You know me, Jamaican.
Get me fucking angry on Thursdays.
Me angry tomorrow. Fuck.
So I want to give a quick second shout everybody out that came out on Saturday the 25th to the Smokes and Jokes comedy show. It was definitely a small audience, but we had a hell of a good time. Big shout outs to Reese Turner, Bradley Greene, Keisha, and man, I should have wrote this dude's name down because he was so fucking funny, man. And he really killed it. I just want to say thanks to everybody that came out to show their support. It was a good show. We had a great time. So I really wish the Kings could have joined us, but we do have another show coming up on October 2nd, a couple days away in Tyndonega. We're going to be, I can't remember where the address is. I'll have to post it up. But if you're in the area.
Tyndonega Organic.
There you go. So if you're in the area, Tyndonega Organics on Saturday and you want a good laugh and some jokes come out, the Kings will be there in full force. We got 5 comedians taking the stage. And yes, I refined and spruced up my 10-minute set, so I'll be taking the stage again for another live set. So I'm pretty excited for that, man. I had a good time. I did, honestly, dude. I was like, I've done stage shows where like I sing and MC. I've done all kinds of shit. I've never done stand-up comedy and tried to make people laugh. So at first I was really nervous, but it's weird, man. When you see the first person laugh, you know, you tell a joke and you got this real like weird feeling like, are people gonna laugh? Is this gonna even be funny? And then your punchline comes out or whatever, and then people start laughing. It's like it was a really, really different, cool feeling to like entertain people on that level, to make them laugh. Like it was really cool. So I encourage everybody, man. You know, we've all been cooped up for so long. There's been nothing really good going on lately. Do it up, man. Come on down, check us out. Smokes and Jokes comedy tour show will be in at Tyndonega or some kind of organic store that Treasy was talking about.
Tyndonega Organics. That's the name of the store.
There you go. I'm glad they're not watching my show, but
Jesus.
So we'll be there.
They're watching now.
Yeah, no, you know they are, right? I think the show said it starts at 7:30 or something. You will be able to consume cannabis on site in the building. So definitely, man, you're gonna want to come down and check this out. It's gonna be a good time. So
I consume cannabis on every site all the time.
I do too.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I walked into a place today that had like 15 no smoking signs clearly fucking posted, and like as soon as we started laying down music and shit, like I was just like, it was instinct, man. I rolled up a big fatty and sparked that fucker right up in the studio, man. And I think I set the pace because like it was like
just go together,
right? Like, how are you supposed to make music and not get fucking stoned? Come on, man. So like I think I set the pace though because I lit it up and it was almost like everybody had one rolled ready to go outside, but nobody wanted to go outside. Nobody wanted to miss anything. It was such a cool thing. So it was like I was like, fuck it. What are they gonna do? Tell me to put it out? All right. So I lighted up and then it was like, everybody looked at me. Nobody said a fucking word. And then all of a sudden it was like, 8 doobies got sparked up. The studio was like, you couldn't see fuck all in there, man. It was great.
When I was working in the radio station, it was like we were sitting there, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do a weed show? All right, it's fine. I am now going to smoke in the studio. So I never lit up one cigarette in that studio.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said,
all weed.
Cannabis and music go hand in hand, man. Hand in hand. So.
Yeah, I'm figuring that out, man. As more I get into the music industry with you guys.
Like anything creative, like in cannabis, they just go like this. Like when I sit down, I had like a killer sativa earlier, and I sat down and just wrote a whole article, like nothing.
I smoked a sativa last night, and I've been shying away from sativas for like 10 years. They usually send me an anxiety attack, but I was looking for a spliff last night. I didn't feel like rolling one up. I found a pre-roll in my car. I was all excited, and then I popped the top, and it had a big S on it for sativa, and I was like, oh, what am I doing? So I lit it up. I had like 5 puffs, and then I'm lying there in bed, and I'm like, got 100 different fucking ideas, and I'm like, this is why people smoke sativa. I get it. Okay. So no anxiety, but fuck, I was literally like, I do a joke in my stand-up routine about cocaine. I think I swear to God, sativa kept me awake. Like I haven't done coke in like 10, 15 years, but dude, I felt like I was lying in bed, like I just done a line. The way my brain was just like, I was like, get a pen and paper. I'm like scratching shit down. My queen's like, what the fuck are you doing? It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, I just gotta get this down on paper. I just gotta get this down. I don't want to forget it. Yeah, right. Meanwhile, my hand's going to like fucking 700 miles a minute. I was like, yeah, I might have to try some sativa during the day sometime, man. See what happens. But.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like some people say, like a lot of people are like, oh, coffee, it keeps me up. I can drink coffee all night long. But give me a sativa at night, and I will be up all night. I will be. Because like I remember messaging Nick voice messages at like 1:30 in the morning. Oh yeah, we gotta do this and that. Look at the time. Oh shit, sorry, man.
If I smoke a sativa at like say 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I put an instrument on, I'm up till 3.
Oh, you're right, for sure.
It's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like I'll put on some pineapple express, something simple like that, something sweet, and or even like some space cake, something like that, and. Literally, yeah. I mean, that's what we were on for the Healing House show, and I just kept moving. I couldn't stop moving. I didn't even feel one. It just literally felt like I was on like a 5-hour energy. Just didn't stop.
You had fucking energy that day, bro. Yeah, remember you were everywhere, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, let's be real. He's Jarrah's far. He doesn't move that fast unless he absolutely has to. But I saw him fucking.
I don't know what I had last weekend. It was from Tribe. Last week he was Tribe. We had this like orange something, but man, it had me going all day. Like I don't know how I was just like going. We got back here and we sat down. We looked at each other. We were like, holy shit.
I mean, I'm mellow on the show, but I mean, Treasy knows me like day-to-day life and knows how like high energy and fast-paced and moving I am.
All day.
I can't imagine. Can you imagine that being boosted? Like
no.
I no, he said
no.
My bosses literally insist that I smoke some kind of pink strain before I get to work just to try to bring my levels down. I couldn't imagine smoking like super lemon haze or some shit while I'm trying to work, man. I'd be fucking the micro machine, man.
Yeah. It's good though. It's good. It really is an energy.
It's good for every so often. If I need that like kick or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I've never needed it. I could have used it the other night. It was like Sunday night coming home from the fucking concert, man. I was so beat. And it was only like an hour and 40-minute drive, but it legit, man, it felt like 6 hours. I got home, like said hi to Treasy on my way to my bed. I was like, oh, what's up, Trees? Fucking boom. It was cold, but I figure I should have taken a couple sativa joints to the concert, keep myself.
I like having a pack of pre-rolls, sativa joints. I'll get one in the morning with coffee. That's nice.
I'm gonna give a shout out that I never give because I'm not, and I know I'm like Treasy's in the other studio in the house right now, and I guarantee I'm gonna get death stare through the walls, through the floor, and I'm gonna feel that shit when I say this. But I had to travel up to London. I had to go to London to do that show with you and Robbie G last week or week before. I didn't have time to fucking make any pre-rolls. And so There's an old cat. Shout out to Brennan Hartman. No, Brennan Hartman, man. Me and Brennan Hartman never really saw eye to eye all the time, and but he opened up an OCS store, right, like pretty much in my backyard. And I was like, against all better fucking will and judgment, I was like, you know what? I'm stopping at an OCS store, grab some of these fucking Reddies, and be on my way. And so shout out to Brandon Hartman, man. I really like your story, even though it's OCS. You know, at least I know that your heart's in the right spot, and I know you're just trying to spread cannabis any way you can. So, but I gotta say, man, those fucking you said pack of pre-rolls. Have you guys smoked those Reddies from the OCS store? They're like bitch sticks. They're like a 0.35 of a yeah. I don't know, man. There's something about these fucking things.
I wasn't going to, and then you showed me one that you got, and I'm definitely not going to.
I don't know. It's something about it. Like everybody knows I'm a proud, cannabis user, so I don't really give a shit where I am. I'll light up anywhere. I don't care. But like doing all these new things that I'm doing, I find myself standing in groups of people, like in a meeting and shit, and I'm like, I'm the only one puffing, and I'm like, is this weird or what? So these Reddies, right? Like they're 0.35, and they're rolled like a regular cigarette, only they're like a thin, so they're like, half the size. You get one of these down in about 5 drags, and I liked it because you could be standing in a crowd and you could light this thing up, and like by the time anybody even looks around to see who's smoking what, it's done. And even if they saw it, what you saw was like a tailor-made rolled cigarette. So you would have had to look 2 or 3 times in order to figure it out. So I gotta say, OCS in all the things I've tried from you guys, bro. I'm trying to get the Reddies brought into the indigenous market.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm staring at you. I'm staring right at you right now through the fucking.
I can fucking feel it through the wall. Yeah. Who are you kidding? I knew as soon as I said OCS, it was like there might as well have been a fucking Bic torch on my lighter, right, fucking on my shoulder, man. I'm telling you.
Say OCS.
Shout out to Brandon Harper. one of the few.
He's a good cat, man. He went from indigenous market, and I know him. And I know he's going to try to make a difference. You know what I mean? And he's got a pretty loud fucking voice, and he knows a lot of people. So I'm hoping that he can actually help revamp up the OCS market, So shout out to Brandon for putting the work in, man. I appreciate it, And the Reddies, bro. Fuck. I wish I had one right here. I'd light that shit up right now, man. I had one.
That's what I've been like. That's what I like to sit when I sit and talk. Like if we're sitting talking like this, I usually have a pack of pre-rolls so I can sit and just smoke one. I look down today and I'm like, fuck. They usually go down to the store. They usually have like a little baggie of them. They don't have them anymore, so he'll just sell me like 5 pre-rolls. You know what I mean?
But shout out to my man. My man Trev did come to the show. My man, shout out to my Bruce from Sudbury, my big grower.
Oh, I'm pumped for this. He had about
coming up. How many Trev? About 40 free rolls that he had.
Fuck yeah!
Free rolls of that platinum homegrown gelato. So we're all set. We go outside. You just have the Altoid box. Pick out how many you want right there.
Yeah, man. Here's my point too. Like he threw me for a loop. Being that connoisseur and work in the industry itself. I mean, I'm not just a cannabis user. Like, I got a store that I run, so the quality of cannabis is usually on the top shelf. And so, I get a lot of people come in and say, try this, I grew it, try this, I grew it. And not to insult anybody who's ever given me some of the cannabis they've grown, but like nothing has ever made me go, I need some more of that, Yeah. You shout out to your boy, man, when he was like, yo, I grew this, and then he handed me a pre-roll. I was about to put it in my pocket and just like dash out one of my pink desks. But, I didn't want to be rude. And so I lit it up, and I was like 3 drags in and literally forgot I was smoking somebody's homegrown. It's like small craft. Like this guy took growing at home and small craft growing and found like a lovely medium, because his fucking cannabis was divine, man. It had so much flavor. It was it delivered a great hit with no burnout either. Nice white ash. Yeah, no, I was not burning out. Like we did the show like 2 hours after we smoked like 4 of his joints, man. Normally, but shout out, man. Shout out. Big shout out. It was fucking kill it. I knew I should have given him my address. He said he'd send me some of that
You
shit.
you got it. You got it. I'm here. We good.
Yeah.
We good.
Oh yeah. You're in the other fucking room.
The pack's coming here now. Don't trip. We got about a month for the next one.
Yeah. And you know what, guys? Watch for it soon. We're going to be doing a lot more King's Court events and stuff as we go on. We got the Fiddler's Greene event coming up where all 3 Kings will be there. We got the Smokes and Jokes show coming up on Saturday. All 3 Kings will be there. With Coach Reezy now in the neighborhood of King Drew and King T, we can do so much more stuff. So watch, because the first episode with 3 Kings live will be coming up in the next couple of weeks as we coordinate the dates and travel time. But watch for it, because I got to be honest, you're going to put all 3 of us in the same room together. Woo! It'll be a smoke fest.
Gas.
Crazy.
That's going to be
crazy.
That show, we shout out to anybody who's watching this. If you want to send us some samples to try, I suggest you do it soon. Because all 3 of us in the room, you're gonna get
I'm buying a cake for that.
Very good rating of what your shit really. This is like next to the canometric system,
right?
This is probably about what you're gonna do from 3 different cultures, 3 different amazing cannabis educated people.
I'll say this too, though. Listen, this happens a couple times. I'm not gonna name anybody, but on my other show that I did for a year and a half there, I used to tell people, if you want me to do a review of your product, go out and send it out, right? I should clarify shit. If you want us to review your product and it's good, send it to us.
Yes.
Because we are not going to sugarcoat any reviews. I hate to tell you, but if you send us something and it's shit, we're going to tell you it's shit, like right on live TV.
Look, this is real. Yeah. Trev, we were at the Cup. We won't say no names. All of a sudden, we get some weed. There's some serious mold in here.
You can't even call that fucking shit mold. It looked like a goddamn golf ball spider web fucking nest inside the butt. And you should have heard this guy pitch. You should have heard this motherfucker pitch on his. We only deal with small craft and we grow this. We're 33% and you can only get this here and blah blah biggity blah. And I was like, he was like, I can't even say what booth it was, because I'll say is we've visited almost every other booth first.
Yes.
And everybody had the same fucking story about how their fucking weed was the best, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, you're talking to like Trev J and Roscoe Treasy. Like, don't come at us and tell us your fucking weed is the best, because I'm legit about to rip it right here, right now in front of your face and tell you what I really think you like. Yo, that kid, he puts a gravity bomb.
If a guy passes it to me and it's like, here, smoke this.
Like,
I'm more not sure that.
Right.
Well, oh man. Well, this kid put
okay.
Put that thing. Yeah.
He put his favorite fucking strain on one of those, reverse gravity fucking bongs, man. I hit that thing, like, I reversed it like 5 times and crushed his fucking 3-gram fucking bowl. And then I blew it out, and he's like, and I'm like, man, fuck, told you, man, like, gotta come a little heavier than that.
Yeah.
Then I put the fucking Astro on, and it was whoa, it was over, bro. Over.
You gotta come with the fire. We will let you know on the spot. We literally gave it right back to him and just said, hey, man, he gave it right to his face. Hey, what's this?
You should say, well, that's I was like, so clearly your weed is not lab tested, like you told me.
Yeah.
Clearly this is not small craft.
We had the canometric
small craft guys
on deck. It was there. So why would you ever? Of course, it was sitting right there. Healing House provided it, but we didn't even have to do it with the system. It was that bad. You just opened it. It was just right there. It was like a cotton ball. It was unbelievable.
The best, I think, at the ICC too, were these guys claiming they had 35%, and I'm like, do you understand genetics at all? And like how 35% THC score is like literally not possible due to the biometric man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, why don't you come on over here and I'll show you what your flower really tests at. Motherfucker came back at 14.7.
Oh, Jesus.
He's like, no, there's something wrong with your machine. I'm like, cool, man, watch this. So I grab my bud, I throw it on there, it's like 28.8. I'm like, machine seems to be working fine, my friend. It's like, I'm not smoking your shit, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nope.
Yeah.
But it's pushing 10. Why don't we I see he's backstage waiting patiently too.
Let's get him on there.
Let's get him on here. Bradley Greene joined us on the original King's Court series. We had him before we actually knew he was a comedian. So since then, we've had him at 2 comedic shows. He joined me on stage last Saturday. He's invited me out to his comedic show on this Saturday coming. It turns out Bradley Greene is one funny motherfucker. And I wish I didn't get home in time. I was going to upload a clip of the song that he sings that really has all his audience just flowing, man. He's got these 2 songs. One's about marijuana, and the other one, well, yeah, I'll just have to upload that song for y'all, man. But with no further delay, let's bring him in here. Bradley fucking Greene, ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a nice King's Court welcome from my boy. Big ups, big ups. Bradley Greene in the house. What up, Brad?
Yeah. What up, Brady?
Wait, is he there?
Welcome to the court.
What up, boy? How you doing, man?
Oh, there he is. Nope. Brad?
Yeah.
You got no audio.
No, he's
You're on mute.
That's why he's funny.
He's on
there
mute.
you go.
He's on mute.
Unmute. Hey, wait, there we go. I'll unmute him.
There we go.
Yeah.
How's that?
What's up, Brad?
Not much, you guys. I'm trying to get my camera in like the right position, and it's been a struggle. I don't know if you see
You're perfect.
if you could see me backstage. I'm like, it's falling all over the place, but
You're good.
yeah, I think I got it. Thank you.
I love your
But
shit.
yeah, what's good, guys? Great to see you guys. Holy shit. I feel like so much has happened.
I know, right? Welcome back to King's Court. I was just telling the audience that since we saw you last, you've joined us at 2 shows. We've got another show on the go with you. And I didn't want to tell the people. Why don't you tell them what we've got in the works coming up with the Smokes and Jokes and where we plan to go with that, man?
Yeah, for sure. So, we got some backing now. We got a brand that's willing to give us a little bit of a chance here and help us out. So Smokes and Jokes is going to back us, and we're going to pretty much try to set up a tour, hopefully across Ontario. But yeah, like Trevin mentioned, we did a show last week. We're doing a show this week. It's kind of like the pilots, kind of just feeling out different comedians. And yeah, it's going to be sweet, man. I can't wait to get all over Ontario and get out there.
So last week when we were at the show, we threw you on the card, pretty short notice. You were up there with some pretty damn good talent. How did you feel, after doing a show like that with that kind of caliber of talent? And you fit in well, I might say. I'm not saying you were any less caliber, but I'm saying I didn't expect those guys to be as good as they were. So I just
neither did I.
How did you feel?
I was shitting my pants. I was so pumped. I feel like everything went well. The crowd was awesome, and I felt like I could hang with them. And I didn't even realize how seasoned they were. You gave a bit of an intro, and they said oh, hey, I did this or that, and one of them opened for Joe Rogan before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was so after the show, I even asked you, I'm Trev, could I hang with them? Was I okay? You were yeah, bud, why? But it was a trip, man. For sure. I was not expecting that caliber of comedians to come out. What a fun night. It was hilarious. I laughed my ass off watching them, and I'm glad I could hang, it was great.
So I got to ask you, at all the shows that we've done together now, you sing these 2 songs. Now, for most people that don't know Brad, he's actually musically talented as well. So he tells some jokes, but then he brings his guitar up on stage and he sings these 2 songs. And I got to tell you, I tried to record them the first time Brad performed for me, and I didn't get the whole songs, but I did on Saturday night. Now, my question to you, because it's super relevant to how my day went today, but how would you feel? Would you be comfortable, hypothetically, of course, let's just say you made it big. Would you continue to perform those 2 songs as a main part of your routine?
Oh, I feel like if I do make it big, it's going to be because of the songs. No one ever comes up to me after to be oh, that stuff you said about jerking off to your cousin was hilarious. You know what I mean? Which, like, I think it is, but people come up and they're like, those songs, man, like, wow, Two Inside You, like, wow, like those. That's what people remember. That's what they take away, and they're gonna remember from Bradley Greene. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think my best
hold on.
chance is to make more songs.
Wait. Let me just say this. When I heard you perform Two Inside You at the Cup, mind you, shout out to my man Aspects too. We were all witnessing this greatness because this song is exactly what it sounds like, Two Inside You, but he did it amazing. It was actually a great song, but it's exactly what you think it is.
The best part of watching you perform this song, and I know this for next time too. I'm not gonna video you next time. I've watched the crowd's reaction to your song twice now, and when Brad gets up there and he starts like, he's got good rhythm, he's got a nice voice, and he starts singing, right? And you're just grooving along, and you're like, it's fucking great, you know, foot's tapping, head's going, and then you catch the first dirty word. And it's like, wait a minute, you can literally watch women in the audience grooving along with Brad, and then all you hear is, you can put two inside of you.
These girls
are
like, in their butts.
If you crew, yeah. Like me and Treasy were wild. It was fucking hilarious. And you're watching all these women, and they're like, you can fit two inside of you. And the shock factor. And it's like, you could almost, it's like you think the two that you could fit inside of them was in their mouth because their fucking jaw hits the floor so bad. It's like,
that's hilarious. That's
but
hilarious.
Then it's something about a bum and then calling up your mom, and that's when the mic really gets dropped. Oh, yeah. And I got to tell you guys, if you haven't seen the performance of Brad Greene doing Two Inside of You, I encourage you to watch my Facebook page after the show and check out my Instagram page as well, because I will post them up for you on behalf of Brad Greene, because I really feel this is
beautiful. Amazing.
Now,
appreciate
that being said, before I pass you off, I'm
pretty sure I got footage of that.
Yeah.
Before I pass you off to one of my kings for some more questions, I wanted to give you a little surprise from me to you, my friend. So I spent a better half of the day today in a recording studio with some very, very certified legends, and we were talking about you, and we were talking about your song. And they were just so unbelievably, like, they couldn't believe. I tried to sing your song, by the way. And then I remembered that I had it on my phone. And I pulled it out.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there with three female vocalists and two super legends and two engineers. And we were just sitting there, and your song starts. And it was exactly, because everybody in that room is open to any genre. Like, they're musicians, right? So they feel it. So your song starts, and sure as grace, all three vocalists were just like, man, he's got flow. And then they caught the play. They caught the play, and they were like, did he really just say? And even Chauclair, man, his eyes, we were buttons spliff all day. Chauclair was sitting in the chair like this. And then all he hears is, two inside of you. And he was like, Trev, what the fuck? I was like, now,
that's amazing.
If you're on my Facebook, you also know who else was sitting in the room with me today. And I gotta say,
are you gonna drop some names or what?
Well, I was sitting with well, you know, I'm not sure. A lot of our audience might not know some of these guys. They were 90s and early 2000s legends. You might know the name Maximilian, also known as the gentleman who remade "Sexual Healing" by Marvin Gaye. He's a fucking genius, this guy, man. And so I was sitting in a room with him today. I was sitting in a room with Sierra. I was sitting in a room with Chauclair. I was sitting in a room with a new upcoming artist, Riley D, and a couple other female vocalists. I was in the room with Maestro Fresh West's girlfriend, and we were collabing like crazy. Yeah, we were collabing like crazy. Everybody was kind of like throwing their shit in the hat.
And you busted out Two Inside of You with these legends.
Every single
I'm honored, and that's hilarious to me. Like,
every single person in the room wanted to give you a prop up and said one of the funniest things they've ever heard, and really some talent behind it. So when we told them
Wow.
that we were gonna produce that song in our studio for you, I can't tell you, man. You might get a collab with one of these guys because
Oh my God.
he was humming it in the hallway. He was like, and I was like,
I would die. That's hilarious.
I was like, I got you, man.
Oh my God.
Anyways, Brad,
That's
it's always a
amazing.
pleasure. It's always a pleasure for me to share a stage with you. It's even a bigger pleasure for me to have you back on King's Court. I'm going to pass you off to one of the other Kings. I'm sure everybody's got some questions. So, King Drew, the floor is yours. Have at it with old Bradley
Trev.
Greene.
How's it going, bro?
Yo, how's it going? I can't wait. I did get some footage actually, and I believe it is on YouTube. Because I took
already.
Holy crap!
So I'm pretty sure it's in the chronic critic. So,
oh, okay, yeah. Sweet. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, what inspired you to put together the two inside of you? What drove you to write this beast?
Man, I don't know. Like, I feel like the best songs I've ever written, they kind of just like hit me like all of a sudden. It's like you know, so maybe I'll get like a hook or something, and I'll sit there with my guitar and I'll just bang out a song. Like, you know, like I have all kinds of ideas and stuff, like a lot of songs like on the go, like in the works or whatever. But like something like that, I don't know, man. It just kind of like hits you one day, and you just run with it. And like any song that I think I've written that I think is good, it's like that's how it goes. Oh man, I just been so into comedy since I was a kid, and like starting with like Jim Carrey and his like early stuff, that definitely got me into comedy as like a kid. And then somebody had mentioned, they told me that like I kind of remind them of Adam Sandler a little bit, and I was like, wow, I used to idolize Adam Sandler. That like makes sense, you know what I mean? And I remember when I was in school, we had to do a project on a musician, and I chose Adam Sandler because I loved his songs. And the teacher gave me a failing mark and went on maternity leave and wrote a comment, Adam Sandler's not a musician, he's an actor. Like, and then she went on maternity leave. So like, I was so angry. I actually tried. I never tried at school, but it was something with music. So I actually tried, and she failed me. But like, my mom like called the school and got them to like change it and shit. Cause like, I was heartbroken. Adam Sandler is a musician, you stupid bitch. Like,
Man.
Fucking writes music. Like,
right. Man,
you know,
I was a teacher for the longest time, and I gotta say, this teacher that you had was an asshole.
she was a girl, and yeah, she was pregnant, so she was very emotional, and she would cry like probably once a month. And yeah, I remember my friend called her a bitch under his breath one time, and she heard, and she fucking started bawling, and she's like all pregnant and like, I tried so hard with you kids. It was just like, you are a bitch though, you know, like shit. But maybe it was the hormones. Maybe she was just a bitch. I don't know. But yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Who knows? Yeah, for sure. And I was just looking at it earlier too, and I'm like, I saw this like thing that Jim Carrey, like 3 of his movies, it was like Ace Ventura, The Mask, and some else. This all came out at the same time in 1994. They all went to #1. And I'm like, that explains a fucking lot about a lot of us.
Yeah, there you go. my young formable years, and like those were the bangers. Those movies were the shit, right? Oh yeah.
Dumb and Dumber was the other one.
For sure.
Dumb and Dumber.
For me. King Kourt, what you got? Yo, man, look, big up to King Brad. Seriously.
Yes, thank you. Right back, bro.
Man, look, how with your charisma, have you ever thought about getting into like acting on screenplay?
Yeah, I would love it. I feel like that's what I wanted to do before I discovered music, and then I was like, man, I want to be a rock star, and then that was the goal for years. And then I kind of, comedy was always in the back burner. I've always made people laugh, and I loved making people laugh. And like, I was always the joker in my band, the class clown. And so I guess it was just a matter of time before that kind of clashed. But yeah, I would love to do acting. I just, I was never really encouraged to do it. Like my parents were always like, do a trade, do something practical. And I'm like, I want to be a star. And they're just like, no, you're probably not going to be a star. Just, you know, do a trade or something. So yeah, it is what it is, but I am who I am now. And I feel like if I had got into acting and I had like, I wouldn't be as funny. Like if I had become like a child actor and I had like an easy life and shit, you know, I've lived a life. I've done like some hard shit, and I think that's important in being funny. Like you can't be funny if you've had an easy life, you know.
That's what I'll say. That's the follow up on my next question. I mean, that's where you get. Is that where you get most of your material from? It's just life experiences, or?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, probably just life experiences. Things that actually happened to me is probably the funniest things that happen. Like nothing's funnier than reality, and for some reason, like funny shit just happens to happen to me. I don't know what, if it's how I react to it, or like maybe I manifest it. I attract this craziness, you know. But yeah, like life experience is pretty much all you have to draw on, any kind of artist, right? Like anyone with an easy life that's just had things handed to them, that's never had to like work and struggle. I don't think they can be an artist. You know, art comes from pain, really.
Well, explain to people.
Sadly.
To the
Sorry
people,
to be
like,
a bummer.
No, it's a serious conversation. I mean, explain to the people some of the hardships you went through. I mean, because people always want to see it. It's almost like the clown face, right? Like you put the smile on, but then you go off stage and it might be a whole different.
It's you know what? I think I'm pretty much like easygoing, like off stage too. Like I'm pretty much like the same person on stage that I am off stage. I think that's like part of like my appeal, though. It's just like I'm just up there being my like stoner dude kind of self, you know. But yeah, and hardships come in all shapes and sizes. You know what I mean? Like I feel like my biggest thing was I spent so much of my life doing jobs that I didn't really like, and it's almost like, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, like, oh, poor guy, you had steady work your whole life. You know what I mean? But it's like getting up and forcing yourself to do something every day that you really don't want to do. That's a form of torture, man. It's like you're in a prison, right? And everyone around you is telling you how lucky you are to be in that position. And I was in a place where I was traveling all over the place, and you know, they were sending me everywhere, and you know, looking from the outside, people are like, that's so cool. You get to travel and do this and that. And I got to go to the Arctic, and I got to go to Vegas, and I got to go here and there. But I'm working. Like, I'm not out there enjoying myself. I'm alone and I'm working, and it's hard. It's sad. And it's not like I'm working, I'm doing something I like, that I'm like, yeah, I'm doing comedy and I'm having fun every night. It's like, no, I'm out here forcing myself to do something that I find boring, and, you know, it's something meticulous that it sucks doing jobs that you don't like to do. And I've done jobs that were like hard physical labor, like waterproofing, like lugging concrete out of basements and buckets, and that's like doing that every day. That's like friggin' like if I died and went to hell, there's no way hell would be worse than like what I'm living every day. You know what I mean? Like that's how hard that fucking job was, where it's like, I'm not afraid of hell anymore, man. Like, it couldn't be worse than waterproofing. Like, that's probably what hell is. It's just like, you have to waterproof, like, all the time, you know? Like, so, yeah, it's, you know, pain comes in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. And I think everyone goes through different things. And, you know, and here I am, like, making fun of, like, a child actor. Like, oh, if I had it easy as a child actor, which you see a lot of these people turn to like drugs, and like they go through it, man. Like none of them really have an easy life, right? Like, correct. So yeah, pain comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes, but I'm glad I'm getting into stuff now, and I feel like I just have life experience now, and like I'm ready. I don't think I was ready before, and like now I'm ready, you know.
I love it, man. I appreciate you sharing that with us too.
Thanks, man.
For real. King Trev, what you got for him? I'm good.
I was listening to you say you're on the road, all the time. I mean, I know your real job. I know your night job. We're friends inside of the show and work. So, I mean, I can relate. I'm on the road a lot. And one thing I didn't know about Brad until the show last Saturday is Brad has the coolest, most fantastic partner I've met in a long time. She is super chill and super cool. And I wanted to ask you, how does that play on your relationship? Because you guys have been together a while, and from what I saw, your relationship is strong, it's wholesome, and it's good. How's the strain?
Yeah. Well, now
chasing that.
Now it's good. Like what I do, I get to I see people I like. You know what I mean? I'm doing a lot more comedy. I don't need, you can't see it, but I'm sitting at my turntables and my drum machine and my synthesizers in front of me, and I have my PA speakers here and my guitar. So like I'm in heaven, man. I got everything I need at home, and I do a lot of driving, but I'm not being sent out of the country. I'm not being sent to different provinces, and like before when I was traveling, it was hard. It's really hard. So now at least there's a lot of driving, and at some times she's like, "Oh, you're going to be gone again." But, she's super, super cool about it. Like, I feel like if she was gone as much as I was gone, I would be like such a dick about it. Like, "Oh, you're going to leave again? Oh, of course." Like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll take care of the dogs." You know what I mean? But she's like not like that at all. And I'm super lucky that she's awesome. This is you can see our picture right here. That's us on our wedding day. We had an ice cream truck at our wedding. So that was pretty cool. That's us eating ice cream. Yeah, right. But yeah, I lucked out, man. I lucked out. She's super chill, and I'm super lucky. So, and I don't even think she's watching right now, so I'm not even kissing her ass. Like
that's okay. Mine doesn't either. I think she's probably outside. She always misses when I shout her out too, so don't feel bad.
Of course, they never see when you say the nice things, right?
Right. So you got a big show coming up Saturday. I mean, I'll be there hosting the show for you, but when you're done smoking your bong, because I can't seem to get the name of the fucking store right. So tell the people where you're going to be Saturday, who they can expect to see, and what the venue entails, man. What's up?
Nega Organics is the venue. It's the store. Are you laughing at me? Did I?
No, I said it, and then apparently I was wrong, but I said it correctly. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. I said I can't say it correctly. I haven't done the name right. Coutreezy's been correcting me every fucking time I mention the show. I stop dead, and he's like, Nega Organics, King. Come on, man. Fuck.
But it's not that hard, man.
Organics.
See? But yeah, that's where it's at. Mark Trinidad's gonna be there. He's an awesome, awesome dude. He's gonna crush it. We're gonna have Scott Walker, and we're gonna have a couple other guests too. We're working on. I know you're gonna bring a friend. Is that what I heard? And you're gonna do 10 minutes too. Is that that's what I heard through the grapevine?
You heard correctly, buddy. You heard correctly.
Gonna be awesome. But if you haven't seen Mark Trinidad, look up his shit. He's got all kinds of stuff on YouTube and Facebook. And he's hilarious. He's a really awesome, and he's an awesome dude. He's like the godfather of Barrie comedy. He would go to like all the open mics in Barrie and just kind of guide like a lot of the newbies and give us all like some pointers and stuff, and not in a dick way either, just in like talking after and like, "Oh, you should try this or that," and like he's definitely helped guide me since I've started, and it's been much appreciated. But he's a fucking pro. He's won some competitions. Like he just won 10 grand before like this whole COVID thing. He won some like big competition, and he should have won some other competition. He got robbed, but he's an awesome dude. So I'm looking forward to a little road trip and show with him, because it's going to be a mission for us to get down there. So yeah.
Nice. Well, I look forward to taking the stage with you again. Guys, if you're in the neighborhood, come down, check it out, because all three Kings are going to be in the building. as well as Brad and his comedy lineup. It is going to be a night to remember. You can consume cannabis in the building. There will be food and drinks, so it's going to be quite an event. So let's get out, show your support. Smokes and Jokes tour for Bradley Greene. Brad's going to wrap us up with you, man. I want to thank you once again, especially for taking us on such short notice. It's always a pleasure to have
anytime.
you. It's always a pleasure to have
Can
you.
I just say, leave the OCS bitch sticks at home. What you want to do, get yourself a Kush Craft pre-roll, premium baby, premium great market products.
Amen. Hallelujah.
That's all I got to say about that.
You know, it's fucked. When he's yelling like that, I can hear him through the walls and through my earphones.
Damn fuck. Yeah, you hear me.
I fucking love this guy.
OCS shit.
All right, boys.
Brad.
Thank you so much for having me.
Court, man. Yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you Saturday night at the Smokes and Jokes show out at Tyanego Organics or something. And
shout out to you, Brad.
You nailed it, bro. I'll see you guys there. Look forward to it.
Yeah,
awesome. Take care, Brad. Thank you.
Brad.
Cheers, guys.
Oh man, that guy kills me, man. He's super funny. Like, dude, he's right though. He literally is like that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
I got flour from Tyanego Organics a few times. Man, that shit is like, it's good. Some good shit there.
Shout out to him. Yeah. Good craft.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have a good show with them Saturday night. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see your set.
Yeah, his set's gonna be crazy. His set is Trev's set is 10 minutes. We'll see. We'll see, Trev.
You know what? I had these two jokes.
Good.
And I fucking, after watching all these comedians, right? And I just kind of picked up on the style of how to entertain with comedy. And when you ask Brad, you know, what inspires you with your jokes? Is it your day-to-day life? I got to be real, man. Like, when I go through my day and I'm like, something's fucking funny, like I write it down on my phone. I'm like, I can make a fucking joke out of that. So I've got some jokes just from the shit that happened this week. So I'm actually, don't tell Brad, but
right now, let me tell you something about the goddamn bat. You make a joke about me and I'm in the building, I might come on stage and throw you to the next fucking territory.
I want to be very clear. The Smokes and Jokes comedy tour and comedians involved will not, under any circumstances, at any show, pick on anybody in the audience. We will not tolerate it. The comedian will be removed from the stage, removed from the show, and removed from the tour. We do not want anybody ever showing up at an event hosted by King's Court ever feeling uncomfortable. The whole point of our show and the whole point of the message we send up here is about unity and about standing tall and standing together. And I will never be a part of something that breaks down some innocent in the audience for the sake of somebody else's joke. Ain't gonna happen on mine. No, not on my show, bro. But I'll tell you this, I definitely have more than a 10-minute set ready for this Saturday. So I'm hoping that I can make everybody laugh. And no, hell, King, I know you can still hear me because you're in the goddamn other studio, but I definitely will not be making fun of you in any given way, shape, or form. For those of you that don't know, I stand about 5'10". I'm about 185 pounds. For those of you that don't know, Cotrese stands about 6'5" and about 245 fucking pounds. And he's right. I may have been safe when he was like 3 hours away on a different territory.
Hecklers will be escorted out by the Kings.
Right? Motherfucker lives in the room next to me now. You think I'm brave enough to make a joke about a man who could literally fit me in his shoe? No. No, sir. I will not be making jokes about the man in the shoe.
You could just bite your head off.
Back.
Just like,
I had to get all that in before he came back.
I'm in the show. What happened? Hey.
There we go.
What's that?
Dude, I don't have a fucking audio. I don't have an AV crew anymore. I have to try to manhandle all my own switches.
I love it. No, that was perfect. It was perfect.
I was like, I seen 4 people still backstage. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
When we're
I
in the
clicked the
same
wrong
room,
one.
I can handle some shit.
Right? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Fuck, I gotta get this shit down. But you know what? Let's kill it. I gotta know, man. You know, we don't really do this segment much anymore. But I gotta kick it, man. I gotta know what's bothering my kings today. Being that we're all in such good moods, I'm sure we're gonna have some positive what's bothering you. But yo, King Drew, my man, King. What's bothering you, King?
Fucking gatekeepers, man. Gatekeepers. So, like, it's one thing when, like, non-Indigenous people get after us and start saying one thing. We can be like, okay, whatever. You don't know any better. Like, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But when it's another Indigenous person starting to, like, gatekeep and do this and do that, and then one from another nation that's supposed to be part of your confederacy, it's like, whoa, hold the fuck on. You know, like, you're supposed to be over there doing that. We're Mohawks here. We're literally keepers of the Eastern Door. That's our job. We are gatekeepers. You know what I mean? So, like, you should go on trying to tell us what to do. Meanwhile, you're like doing this, breaking that law, man. And then he turns around and calls everybody in Tyendinaga white. Says nobody has a clan. Like, just bad mouthing the crap out of us. You know what I mean? And like, we've given this guy a job, place to stay, food. Like, oh, that's what was bothering me. So then I just had to remember, you know what? That's his problem. You know what I mean? He's got some issues. Got to take care of. You know, we got to just like rise up above that. So just block that ass. Tell everybody what was up, because I can't have that toxic stuff. Because it does language stuff. You know what I mean? Can't have that toxic stuff going around. So, you know, I had to just set it straight. And after I did that, it just felt better. You know, it was just like a release. I was like, okay, I've actually done my job. You know, this guy can't profit off of our language anymore. He's not even Mohawk, you know what I mean? So I shouldn't be profiting off our language. So we got all that taken care of, and shit, man, load off the shoulders. But that's what was bothering me. Yes. What about you? What's bothering you, King?
Oh, you know, what's bothering me, Kings, this week is first and foremost, I somewhat promised, but I never actually promised that I wouldn't talk about this on air. But I can't pretend this isn't bothering me. So I'm going to choose my words right, because as you know, kings don't ever stoop to jester level, no matter how vile the jester may be. But I'm going to say this, and I'm sure most of my viewers and followers can read between the lines. So I'm going to say this. What's bothering me, King, is when a man holds himself in a higher regard than the people on the territory he represents. And what bothers me even more, King, is when that person holds a badge for the crown and runs around in a badge and pretends to be a man of authority when it's convenient for him. But what really bothers me, King, is when a person like that decides that they want to profit off our community and our plant and our cannabis culture, when they have no fucking business whatsoever being here in the first place. The same guy that was arresting cannabis activists 3 years ago is now majorly profiting off the cannabis industry. And I don't know if you're any kind of real cannabis person, that probably bothers you as much as me. But if those three things weren't bothering me enough, here's what's really fucking bothering me. Is this same person was recently found to have kicked a dog, a family dog, to a family member on the same fucking territory they're on. They kicked this dog repeatedly in the head. The dog went home to the owner, and the owner was freaked out, took it to the vet. Turns out the dog had traumatic head trauma. The owners assumed that it was from being hit from a car. The dog died, and they put it down. As it turns out, 2 weeks later, came to light, but the same piece of shit I have no respect for, the same piece of shit that wants to say he fired me because I wanted more money. We all know I quit. I fucking quit your shithole. I quit your shit bullshit fucking bullshit persona. But what really bothers me is you fucking lie and you take advantage of people on your own fucking territory. And whether you wear a badge or you wear a council or whatever the fuck it is that you want to portray yourself to be, you kicked a small girl's dog to death and then tried to cover it up. So what's really bothering me, King, is that this motherfucker hasn't been run out of town yet. And I really hope as this story starts to come a little more to light, that the people on the territory do exactly what they've been wanting to do for years and get the piece of shit gone. He doesn't represent your people. He doesn't represent your territory. He represents a crown and a fucking badge, but still somehow sells cannabis to my community and my friends. What's bothering me, King, is some people just don't have a place. Not in my industry, not on the territory, but in this particular case, not on the fucking planet. And that's what's bothering me, King. King Tracy, man, what's up? What's on your mind? What's bothering you? You muted, King.
There he is. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
There we go. There we go. I'm gonna be careful with this one too. I'm gonna be quick with it. This one's tough.
I feel it, King. I feel it, King. Get it.
And I don't
get it.
Really, no. Oh. Look, I'll say this. Man, you know, bad energy is real. Bad energy is real. And for people who sit here and we don't like to air things out unless we have to. We have to. We'll stand up and say it. But then when you get a situation where people literally poke the bear, literally throw stones, literally do the brick through the window, and then, you know, call you the narcissist when you react and say, hey, what are you doing? Would you stop that? So as much as personal as I want to get, again, I won't, but I'll fall back because I know there's probably people who are watching this. And I'll keep it like that. Listen, either ride with us or don't, rock with me or don't, but definitely don't play with me. Don't play with the energy. We are building, we're working hard, and we're human beings. But I swear, I'm from Buffalo, New York. I'm a Canadian now, but I'm just as cold as that weather. And I don't have to react. I don't do the back and forth, you post something and I post something. No, we'll address it like men or like human beings, and then that's it. So I'll leave it at that. It's right there. It is right there. But you know what? Hey, we got sponsors. We got people. Yeah, I know. It's there. It is there. And but I won't again, because I love my kings and I love the people who support us. And I still won't get really personal. But to the people who are watching, you know what it is. So it's getting cold outside. Real cold. That's what's bothering me, King. You muted, King. You muted.
Motherfucker, it was cold in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in Canada now.
Mm-hmm.
He knows real cold.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll be a little politer than I will. Watch your fucking mouth. Straight dead ass.
Stop it.
Watch your mouth, man. Drop it. Let it go. Don't. You've seen what we do. You've seen how kings react. We come classy, but Jesus, don't poke my king one more time, Because when you poke one king, you poke all three. And my man over there, he may have a filter. We all know, including my mother, who sends me messages repeatedly when I'm on a show, that I don't have one. If you bother my king one more time, I promise you, you'll be the center of my next show. Anyways, that's that. I'll tell you what, man. Honestly, right now, the Kings are building a motherfucking empire. We are involved in comedy shows. We're involved in concerts. We shook hands with Ludacris on the weekend. We shook hands with DJ Infamous. We shook hands with Cardi. We shook hands with Carl Wolf. You know, we got works. I just spent the entire day in the studio with Maximilian and Shaw Claire, all on behalf of King's Court. We have so much in the works, and we got our hands in so many goddamn pies. The last thing in the world you want to do is try to take ice cream off my man's fucking piece, because it won't go well. So watch, because there's so much stuff coming up. It's going to be fantastic. Kings are staying on this course. We're going to build this empire. We're going to build this brand. You're going to see us. You're going to see a sticker on the bumper of your car. You're going to see T-shirts rocking. You know. So that's it. That's it. I'm glad what's bothering you, Kings, and I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, I just like I said, it's so funny. An hour and 20 minutes. Roscoe Freezy dropping that single I Know, and it's kind of funny, you know, some of the lyrics, you know, we address it if there's any kind of scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, and I gotta say, man, like I went public last week and made a public kind of a, not apology, but like an end to an ongoing discrepancy that's been going on for fucking a year and a half, you know, and somebody was like, the response was that you should take that video down. You know, that doesn't help anything. And I was like, I'm not really doing it for anybody else. So, and I mentioned, and I said, you know, everybody gets worried about what the Kings are going to say on the King's Court show. If we haven't made it crystal clear by now that we won't tarnish our crowns for anybody, then you haven't been paying attention. However, I'll say this. Don't ever worry about what we're going to say on the King's Court show. I'd hella worry a lot more about what we'll say in front of a live audience. So watch yourselves. Watch it. Don't want to get fucked up by a king. Just saying.
There you right out.
You know what? We have a saying. We have a saying over at CME, and Nick has seen it play out several times, and it's fuck around and find out.
Fuck around, find out.
I like that. I'm gonna get that printed on the back of your shirt that I'm wearing right now. I'm gonna have that shit printed on the back by next fucking time. Fuck around and find out. I love it. I love it. Yo, I think the King's Court slogan was just born, man. King's Court. Fuck around and find out. I love it, bro. I love it. All right, guys. Well, as much as I would love to keep the show going, we're trying to keep them to an hour, as we know that you get bored and start to drop off shortly. So as much as I want to know what my King Coutreezy's smoking, I already fucking know what he's smoking.
Yeah, next week. We got enough time next week. We can get him.
Next week, we'll keep it real. We'll get all three Kings in the same room. And not only will it be King Coutreezy's flavors of the week, he will get to share them with us, and we will give our proud open reviews with him. Watch for next week's live show. We're going to make that one happen. So, in the meantime, Kings, you want to send them out or what, man? I want to say on behalf of King's Court and Healing House, thank you so much for your continued support. We appreciate you guys coming out. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate the packages and the swag and all the shit you guys have been sending us. And we really do appreciate all the calls we're getting for the live shows. We're super stoked to bring you guys as much entertainment as we can. So on behalf of myself and Healing House, thank you so much. Drew, what do you got, man?
Thanks for joining in, man. Peace.
Power to the people, bro. I love it.
I swear to God, am I the like you two are the two of like fucking little words, man. I swear. What do you got?
Put the work in, man.
Peace.
Put the work
and
in,
now
man.
Treasy's gonna go.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm not even gonna get a plug.
Put the work in. You know me.
On behalf of King's Court, guys, thank you very much for tuning into another episode. Wow. We will see you next Thursday. Make it out to the show on Saturday if you can. But guys, as you go in your travels, remember, tell yourselves always, the only time a king pays attention to the jester is when we need some kind of mild fucking amusement. We'll see you next week, guys.
Right.